Everybody, welcome to Evangelism.
Good evening and welcome to the Deaf Evangelism 50th anniversary. I would like to interview Brother J.R. Ensey today. He was the president of TBC and instructor when I was there. I would like to welcome Brother Ensey. I'm excited to interview him. He was Home Missions Director in 1967 until 1972. And he was instrumental in helping set up deaf ministry under Home Missions Department. So that's why I'd like to interview him. Welcome, Brother Ensey. We want to discuss the history of deaf ministry. And you remember Brother Bradshaw? He helped set up deaf ministry under Home Missions, and Brother Ensey was one who helped get started with Ephatha. I just want to ask a few questions today. Is that all right?
Sure.
What year were you Home Missions Director?
Actually, I wasn't a Home Missions Director at all. I was part of the team of the Home Missions Division from 1965 to 1972. In 1965, we started the Evangelism Commission, and I was asked to be the coordinator of that, and I served in that position until about 1970. And in 1968, I actually became the Home Missions Secretary and served in that position until 1972, when I left the Home Missions Division for other responsibilities.
At that time, deaf ministry was called Ephatha. Who helped start that? Who started that idea?
Actually, the Evangelism Commission had ideas, and it was their responsibility to develop ideas and thoughts and programs for the Home Missions Division. And part of that development, as the Home Missions Division expanded in the late 60s and early 70s, was special ministries. And part of special ministries was the deaf ministry, along with prison ministry and campus ministry and ministry to and for evangelists and other parts and segments of our population that were underreached at that time and not very well evangelized. And that was our purpose, to reach every segment of our society that we possibly could. And that's why I would like to thank you, especially Brother Swanson, for your burden and your vision for this work. It means so much that it is still going on now after these 50 years, and 50 odd years actually, that it's been in operation. You have taken the reins of this, and I remember when you came to Texas Bible College, you impressed our staff so much, and we marveled at how you could handle the classes, even not even appearing to be or have any possible handicap at all. You could read our lips and you could do the work, and you just amazed us that you had that kind of drive and that kind of vision. And I thank God for you and your good wife who have served in this capacity for these last many years. And so I thank you for that you're carrying on something that was begun back in the 60s, and it's still happening today. That is impressive, and it really is fulfilling to us who were involved back there.
Thank you, Brother. Do you remember the names of the people who were involved in deaf ministry getting it started?
It's been 50 odd years, and so I'm surely I won't remember everybody that was involved. However, I do know that we cast about for someone with a vision and a burden and the ability to lead this ministry and to take it to where it should be in prominence. And so we cast the net about and found one, Daniel Bradshaw and his wife. They were very, very helpful in getting this kicked off and getting this done. Soon after that, I do know that Edna McSwain became a part of this ministry early on back there. And others, I think you could name, but they were involved after I had given the reins over to others in the department, and then after I left the department to go into other responsibilities. And so I do remember the Bradshaws, Edna McSwain, and some of the other names that that you could mention, but they've all been a very helpful team, and thank God for every one of them.
Do you remember the dates when AFLA was formed, like 1967 or somewhere in there?
Yes, I would say in 1966, 67, the seed was there, and we pushed to get it going. And in late 1967, early 1968, I would say would be the dates that this ministry was kicked off.
Would you happen to have any pictures or historical information?
I sent all of my records and my personal notes to the Home Mission Division, North American Missions Today, I think they call it NAM, and they have everything that I had. I have passed it on to them, and so if there's pictures or there's notes and there's information that I'm sure they have that they could give to you that may be of help in determining some of those dates and personnel that were involved.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Would you remember the name of the first deaf ministry secretary?
I would not. I think that after the Bradshaws had it, I think they still were operating it fully when I stepped out. Brother Goodrose came in as promotional director and head of the Evangelism Commission, I think. And so I moved on, and the personnel that were involved after that time, I didn't personally interact with them at that time, and so I don't remember all those names.
All right, thank you. Would you know the pastor's name in St. Louis who was working with Brother Bradshaw?
I believe Brother Rome's church is where Brother Bradshaw based out of. If not, perhaps it was Brother Black's church, 13th and Gravois. May have been, that rings a bell. I think probably that would be at the 13th and Gravois church where Brother Branding and Brother Black pastored at that time.
Okay, great, wonderful. I want to let you know that when Sister Bonnie and her brother Martin Ensey, they were members of that church. There were two of the founding deaf ministers people. They also heavily influenced the formation of the deaf ministry today. I really miss them. They passed since then. I want to ask Brother Ensey one more question. It's really not a question. Do you have any remarks or any comments about deaf ministry you would like to make?
I will say this, that I am so pleased that this ministry is still going on and actually getting stronger. I noticed the materials that were handed to me about a National Deaf Evangelism Conference celebrating a 50th anniversary. That is so fulfilling and so blessed to my heart that this ministry is carried on by men and women like Brother and Sister Swanson and others that have given themselves unreservedly to reach out to people who are basically, most of them, many of them unreached today. And they are still giving and going and doing. And I thank God for that. That was always a burden of ours to reach every segment of society, every segment of our population. And this is a very important one of those segments, to reach our deaf and hard of hearing. And I thank God for the Swansons and others like them who are giving and still going and still doing so unreservedly and unselfishly. And I thank God for them.
Brother Ensey.
Thank you, Brother Ensey. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you for giving us background information that we needed to know. And we are continuing to work for the kingdom of God. And we want to pray for all the leaders and remember Brother Bradshaw, Brother Jerry Harper, Sister Villy Savoy. And I want to thank Brother and Sister Ernie Murillo. I want to honor these people who were before us and have brought us to where we are today. And we'll continue looking into the future and growing, reaching out to people all around the world. God bless you.
Thank you very much. God bless you. And God bless the deaf ministry.